you guys. How are you all today? Thank you guys for being here. Weird to be with my glasses. I finally got some new glasses, but yeah. Hello, you guys. Hey, Carol freaking Claus. Hey, Nadie. Hey, Pointer Lover. Hey, Cutie Pie. Punksy. Luana. Hey, Music City Mom. Good to see you. Hey, B Crumbs. Hey, Margot. Here and likely gonna silently watch, but who knows? I'll probably end up chatting, snuggling with our new rescue kitten, and eating a snowball. Been a tired kind of day here. That sounds like a good day, Margot. Hey, Lucia and Mark, Slim Skittles. Thank you guys for being here. Hey, K Braze, Jay. Good to see you. Amber. Hey, Amber. Hey, Alyssa. How are you guys? I haven't been on for a couple days. Hey, Joanne. I've missed you guys. Hey, Glowbug. Oh, thank you, Amber. Thank you, Jane Doe. I know it's like I was sleeping in my contacts and everything, wearing them like 24 hours a day. So it feels good to have a little break in my eyes. But I haven't been on here for a few days. Hey, Dave G. Thank you, Jay. Let me turn this off for a second. Okay. Haven't been on here for a few days. But I wanted to try to catch up with you guys with everything that's been happening in the trial. Ronald, Anthony, Burgos, Aviles, and they might still be in there, but I have a lot to show you. I cannot believe this. He's such a dog, you guys. Okay, so remember, he has killed his mistress and his baby, his own baby, because he didn't want his wife to find out. Oh my gosh. Jules, I know. And I can't believe some of the things we found out. The emails between him and he has a new girlfriend in jail. The way he talks to his mother, the way he talks to his wife, his poor wife, man. She is, I don't know. She's a beauty. You can tell that she works hard. She's like, I don't know. I feel for her so much. The way he even talked to his baby, you guys. Uh-oh. Did Carol Claus gift? Thank you, Carol freaking Claus. Yeah, even the way he talked to his baby. I know they're finishing up court for today. Hold on just 1 second though, you guys. Hey, Riddler. Okay, so what we're going to do to start catching up, I've saved a ton of TikToks. Hey, Tiff, I cannot wait to show you guys these because I found like a few different TikTok pages, some that have recapped some of the things that have happened, some that have put clips of like the best moments in court today. They tried to have a mistrial. They brought up the cameras. They brought up the YouTube channels, the comments in the YouTube channels. I just cannot wait for you guys to see some of this. Oh, Carol freaking Claus, thank you so much. I appreciate that a ton. Yeah, riddlersthebomb.com. I feel a music melt shipment in my spirit. Here, let me put it in here. Nay has the best melts. I need to put your channel in the Nightbot. But yeah, hey Jennifer. Oh, awesome. So she didn't know she was a mistress, so I don't like that word for her. That's a good point, Cray Cray. To him, it was his mistress. To her, she wasn't. I don't like that word for her either. In certain, like in the way that I've heard it said at certain times. Oh my gosh, though. So yeah, YouTube has been crazy. I'm thinking about doing some talks with you guys on Real Talk. I want to talk about some of the things going on, but I don't want to do it here. Just even though it's partly true crime, like with the autopsy photos and then everything that's happened since, kind of the laws around it. I would like to talk about that and talk about people's opinions and all of that. I don't want to do it here because over on Real Talk, it's not monetized. I just think it would be a better place for the conversation. So maybe we will do that soon. But yeah, it's been crazy and I kind of hadn't been feeling good. So I hadn't been on for a few days and I really missed you guys. Hey, headphones. Hey, Amber. Hey, Mrs. O. Good to see you. Hey, Lindsay. Oh, magenta. Hers are the best. They are so, so good. Hey, Karen. Hey, Tess. Good to see you. Okay, tons to say about that. I know, Margot. I do too. But like I said, I just don't know this is the appropriate place. Cutie Pie, it's my second channel. I don't really use it that much lately. I should. It's just a place for anything except true crime. It's smaller. I just think that, yeah, I miss it too. I need to go back to doing that. Yeah, I just think that'd be the more appropriate place for the conversation. Philip DeFranco. Tess sent me the video right before my live. Philip DeFranco is covering it. That is unbelievable. And the fact, you guys, it's going to affect us all. I know, Music City Mom. Like, I thought about that because I knew I was starting before it ended. And typically that less people will be in here when we do that because many people are still watching the trial. But I have a lot to show you guys. So I think it'll go, past that. I miss all that stuff too, Jennifer. It's fun kind of to just be laid back and talk about some less serious stuff because, yeah, this is crazy. And I think that as creators, we sometimes get caught up in like the like investigating or sleuthing or searching or whatever you want to call it. And we need to be more aware of how we're affecting these families. Like my last live that I did was on a missing woman. And I had done that because I'd been talking with the family and they needed help. And I feel good about that. I want to do things that help, that these families want us to do. I don't ever want to cross that line. And I think that it gets a little bit blurred and we get caught up into the like, you know what I mean? All this stuff. I don't know. I think it would be a good conversation. Hey, A Dose of Reality with Jen Lou. Yay. Thank you, Cutie Pie. Melts changed my entire life. Or you're not living. Hey, Jeannie. Thank you, Pointer Lover. Hey, Anna. Good evening. Mr. O, good to see you. Yeah, headphones. That's what I was thinking when I got the video. I was like, wow. I remember watching Philip DeFranco like forever ago. Hey, Trap Mafia. I want to know what he did too. Okay, let's go ahead and pull it up because I got about 100 TikToks I want to go through with you guys. It's probably going to take a while. But some of this stuff is so interesting. I've got the clips of them fighting about the YouTube, the YouTube comments. And I don't know. I think we have a lot to talk about. So I'm going to go over here. These are all the videos that we have. I just liked them on TikTok. So it will start here. And we're going to go through all of these. Most of them, except for like these three that were not meant to be in here. But okay, look at this one though before we start. This is the
I'm big.
I'm big.
I'm brave.
I'm big.
I'm beautiful.
I'm boo.
Yes, thank you.
Oh my God. It is the cutest thing. Oh, Music City Mom, thank you. Oh, that's really sweet. And I missed you guys. I really did. Thank you. 3 Libras. I love that one. Mrs. O. Hey, Danielle. I love that little video. So cute. Hey, Deb and PA. Okay. So, hey, Leo. Good to see you. Now, we're going to start with the actual case. But I saw that one earlier today. And now, this is Court TV. Griselda's sister has been huge in getting justice for Griselda and Dominic. She, not only the very day that it happened, was a huge part of putting the pieces together, but she's fought, she's done different speeches and different things for domestic violence. Her testimony on the stand, her testimony the second time, she's an incredible sister. I cannot imagine what she felt like in this moment. This is a, did you gift again, Carol? Thank you, Carol, if you did. Very sweet. This is a video of what happened like during the verdict. Apparently, Court TV says Angelica Hernandez, sister of Griselda, fainted just moments after hearing the verdict of her sister's murder. I can't imagine the relief she felt. I'm so glad that she gets that. Amanda Esvita right here, she was the best character witness I've ever seen. She was awesome. Okay, one second, you guys. Let's see. Here, Crime Curious, I'm going to put it in the chat. Thank you, Carol Freaking Claus. Thank you, Jen. Okay, let me refresh this. I cannot hear anything. So we're not gonna. I don't even think that. I don't even want to play more of that. You can't hear it anyways, and there's a bunch more to go through. But I know that she was really relieved. I'm thankful for them. I cannot imagine what these last few years have been like for her. I mean, she was even the one to help when he got injected with whatever it was. So we're gonna start here. This is
back at the crime scene, and then I stayed there while they.
This is one of the detectives with Laredo Police who was there the day that it happened.
They started filming, and they made their way to the crime scene.
Okay. And so while you were there securing the Lowry scene, right? The Lowry entrance.
Hey, MK.
Correct.
Okay. How were you securing it? Did you have a unit?
Oh, be crumb.
No, I was standing there by myself.
Okay.
Thank you. Speaking of that, just before we get any further into this. Hey, Purple, good to see you. Oh, you guys are so awesome. Hey, Ava, I love you guys. You are the best. Before we get any further, Crime Curious, the way that you have your membership gifting set up, okay, so I believe the way that mine is set up, which is the default, when somebody gifts, it chooses the largest tier. Is there a way, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, at least the subscriber has said that yours is the opposite and it gives the lower tier. Maybe you can help me if you know, because I cannot get that straightened out. Okay.
At first it was Villarreal and you said
CSI Frank Lopez.
Lopez. They were there for a while and then they moved on because they were filming stuff.
Correct.
Okay. Did you come in contact with anybody?
Yes. While I was securing the scene, I did notice a Border Patrol agent in full uniform approaching me from the soccer field, the big open area.
Oh, that's why I'm
Okay.
curious.
And
Thank you.
Did you recognize this individual?
So as he started getting closer, I did recognize that he was the same Border Patrol agent who I had spoke with earlier that day. As he starts approaching me, he asked me if I know if the cameras have arrived there. And I told him, actually, yeah, but they're parked by Bristol, so you have nothing to worry about.
I like this detective.
And I proceeded by saying, man, that's crazy. Like talking about everything that had happened that day. And he goes, I know, right? He's like, I'm the one who found her. I was heading back to the office because they had called me to go back in. And he's like, me and my partner had came across the female first. So I go up to her and I shake her and he does this. And he's like, I kind of like turn her over to see if she's alive. And I noticed that she's not. So that's when I called it in. And I was like, oh man, that's crazy.
Was this?
He turned her over. That's what he said.
You asking any questions or he was offering this information?
Yeah, he just started stating that information because all I had said was, man, that's crazy. Talking about, obviously I'm thinking about the conversation that we had earlier, but I'm not sure if he remembers that conversation, the second conversation.
Okay. And how did that conversation end?
So he then asked, is there did y'all find the female's or the victim's vehicle? And I was like, yeah, actually we did. I go, it's parked at Father Magnum.
Especially when we get to some of the things that have come out these last few days. This is probably going to be like a 2-hour live because there's a lot to go through. He is such a dog. He is such a damn dog. While he is in prison, and he's still married, they are not divorced. They made that clear in court. While he's in prison, he's found another woman. He's been messaging her the emails, and we're going to listen to it about it. That I cannot. He is such a damn dog.
You know this.
Because I had heard information coming in through the radio. So that's how I knew the information then.
Now, he was not a Laredo Police Department officer.
No, he was a Border Patrol agent.
And
B. Grimes. Sweet.
Why
Hey,
did
Elizabeth.
Because, I mean, he was
advising him about the vehicle being found.
Correct. I confided in him because he was a federal agent, you know. You're standing.
So she told him, you know, something part of the investigation that they had found Griselda's vehicle when they wouldn't have originally told, you know, just anybody.
This man who's in Border Patrol, and you're thinking, hey, we're on the same side, you know, we're law enforcement officers. Okay. So I confided in him and I gave him that information.
Okay.
He ain't
and
that
while we were
cute.
talking, I did
Lindsay.
notice that he was kind of like scanning the area, like kind of looking around. I don't know if he was looking for something or
he was scanning the area, looking around. I could just picture him listening to this. Like this trial, even though a lot of people, I'm surprised that more people are not interested in it and following it. But it has had me like every step of the way, even when I've missed and I went back to catch up. Like, I've just look at him too.
What did he do after you mentioned that they had found the vehicles?
Lucia, we are talking about the Border Patrol agent that I've been covering. I think I've done like 3 or 4 lives on his trial. He's in trial. They actually have found him guilty already. They're in the penalty phase. And I'm just showing clips and stuff, recapping the last few days and like some of the biggest parts. And there are some really interesting parts here. And this defense attorney, look, I got to tell y'all, I was wrong. I should not have made comments about her hair being messy. She was getting all close with him, and I was letting my emotions get to me. She's doing her job. I have to say that, I shouldn't have made the comments about her hair. And honestly, I kind of feel for her at this point. But
vehicle.
Mm-hmm. Nothing. He just kind of stated how the whole thing was crazy, and then he just started walking off.
Okay. Which direction was he walking towards?
Northbound towards where the vehicle was found.
Okay. What, if anything, happened after that?
So once he walked off, I did hear somebody on the radio go tell another officer to make it to channel 3. So, I mean, I was standing there by myself and I was like, let me just turn to channel 3 and see what's going on, right? So when I make it to channel 3, that's when I hear an investigator say like, hey, does anybody have visual of Anthony Burgos? He was supposed to be meeting his ex-girlfriend there, baby mama there.
So he overheard
that
on the thing.
Anthony Burgos. And then
she realized she just talked to a Burgos. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just thought apparently she's being heavily bullied online, and I don't want to be a part of that. You know what I mean? I'm human. We're all human, and we're going to make mistakes, but I definitely I don't want to be part of that. And just let me stop, and we're going to keep going. Now, this was interesting. This is video after, when he was taken in that day. Or photos of the video of the photos they showed in court.
Exhibit 281?
Yes.
What was the purpose of documenting this?
Oh, headphone. There we have a couple scratches. Now remember,
the scratches and nicks
wiping the
that he
blood
had
off
on
his arms.
his right forearm area, right arm.
States Exhibit 282.
Yes.
She has, Jen.
Stay closer.
Just a closer.
That's good music, City Mom. Yeah, because
injury.
States Exhibit 283.
Same thing, just even closer.
Now there's one cut on his hand that was quite interesting
with
to
a
me
ruler.
on his right hand, I think.
To measure the size, or just to give you an idea of the size of the scratch or small laceration that he might have.
States Exhibit 284.
Yes, just kind of displaying the redness on his knuckles and
This the other side of his hand,
yes.
and that's State's Exhibit 285. State's Exhibit 286.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything that's been documented in this photo?
There.
Yes, on the inside of his right thumb, there's like a
Oh,
small
Riddler, you are part of the
scratch or
family.
laceration, maybe.
Here's State's Exhibit 287. Is that close up?
Yeah, it looks like the same thing, just
See?
closer.
Now we know that when someone attacks someone with a knife, and this, I hate doing trigger warnings in true crime because we have to talk about some of this stuff, right? But when someone gets attacked with a knife, and then if blood gets on it, their hand can slip. That it's common for them to get, cuts on their hands. Hey, sweet Melissa. Okay. He has several girls visiting him and is writing a book. I know, Jules. Writing a fiction romance novel? Is that correct? Like, personally charged attack. How sad is it? And one of the comments said this on one of the TikToks we just watched. How sad is it that when she's preparing to go meet him, she's asking her friends, asking to make sure she looks okay.
I don't know if you want me to address what we're seeing right there.
Yes, please.
Okay, so
This one we don't have to watch, but it's just, I wanted to touch on it. They showed video surveillance of him parking his regular vehicle to get into his work truck, and he was carrying a couple extra things. He was also kind of looking around to see if anyone was watching. I can barely see in the video. I'm just telling you what the prosecutor said. And it's a couple minutes long, and we have a lot to go through, so we'll just go to our next.
Drenched in blood.
Now, it was interesting. When the prosecutor says drenched in blood, he does something with his mouth, right? And the person says, following the Burgos Aviles case, I'm not a lip reader, but did he mumble, perdonam Dios mío, when the prosecutor says this is how he left the innocent baby drenched in blood? That means, forgive me, my God, or something like that. Like, my God, forgive me. Or anybody who knows Spanish can correct me what it exactly says. Oh, forgive me, my Lord. I looked it up on Google. I can't tell. I'm not a good lip reader. I'm curious what you guys think. Here.
Drenched in blood.
Do you guys think he has any remorse? I mean, he did cry during the closing statement when they showed his picture with, his grandparents and his kids. But the rest of the time, he has not seemed to have any sort of reaction, even when they're showing the photos. And speaking of Griselda's sister, her husband, when they were showing the photos, he's like blocking the screen. And I don't know, you can just tell that how this has affected them. I mean, I can feel it. With every fiber of my being. It's horrible. And he just sits there looking so smug. And yeah. Only for himself. Only sad he is caught. No, I don't think he has remorse. I'm not giving him any credit. He was crying for himself. Hey, Teresa, by the way. Wonder if that is what he was saying.
Drenched.
Perdonam Dios míos. Now, I noticed, and we're going to watch some, when they're playing some of the calls with the wife, he does look disturbed then. We see some emotion from him then. All right. I don't know. I saved a bunch, so I don't know what order they're in. We're just going to watch them as we go.
Before he hangs up, he's like, just so you know, there's a rumor saying that the dead woman is Burgos' side chick. I'm like, all right, Tempor, let me call you back. I told Agent Herndon, hey, bro, there's a rumor saying that the dead woman is Burgos' I use the word Sancha. At that moment, we're talking. Another detective comes out, a big man, I know him as a boxer.
Michael.
He comes out, and I tell him, I still have my phone in my hand. I tell him, sir, we just heard a rumor that the dead woman is Burgos' side
Hey,
chick.
June's Journey.
The detective said, side chick, that's his baby mama. And there's a possibility the dead boy is his son.
No, see, Sancho.
That's when everything just, I broke down is the word.
Like any human would, except for this freaking monster. Oh, Dominic is beautiful. Cray, cray, God almighty. And his other baby. We're going to watch the video of him from Snapchat. They got from his Snapchat of him talking down to his baby. The face is covered. I'm not going to show the baby. Grizzly has it on her shorts, unedited. I just think this TikTok version has the face covered, and that's best. I want to try to be better and do better, like all this stuff with the autopsy photos. And I think that as creators and subscribers, we really need to understand our impact on the world and what we do. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Like when watching Al on News Nation the other night and Brian Enton and stuff, it's so emotional. I don't know. Okay. Sorry.
Everything just
Get on a tangent.
I felt like there's a weight on my shoulder, and I started crying. Because I am.
No, Jeannie, I'm not going to play it. He does know. Okay. Wow.
I'm good, sir. Here I'm thinking we're supposed to be the good guys. He's supposed to be watching my back.
Hold on. Give me 1 second.
And that broke.
I know Music City, but
I was heartbroken.
oh, Deb. He's screaming at his baby, and the baby just, like in the unedited version, you can see he has his bottom lip puckered out, and he's just so sad. And when he screams at him and calls him like stupid or something, like the way he talks to him, the way he talks to his mom, oh my God, this man makes me so mad. We're going to get there. There's just a lot that I had saved, in the lab, because I haven't been live for a few days. So there's just a lot to catch up. Now, here we go. This is interesting.
Investigation, extract information surrounding the text message activity of Ronald Anthony Burgos Aviles.
Okay, yes, he does.
Rephrase, before the murders, around the time of the murders, and after.
I'm going to show you guys what he said on the Snapchat, but it's edited to where you cannot see, the baby, which is what the video was originally that they played in court.
After the murders.
Yes.
Okay. And in what specifically is in text messages.
Really, B-Cron?
His text messaging around that time.
I know.
Yes.
Tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, who, if anyone, was he texting in that period of time from the morning up until the time of his arrest?
He was texting a female that was in his
Another woman. Let me tell you what, minutes before he killed Griselda and Dominic. This pisses me off. I can't stand this man. Oh my gosh. But yeah, minutes before, he's texting and receiving pictures of like this girl's butt in underwear and things like that. He's disgusting. His poor wife. Can you imagine how she felt learning all this? Because I guarantee you she probably learned a lot of this at trial. If Landon and Al come out and say, look, we learned a lot of details in the trial we didn't know before. Imagine when it's not your child. This is just her spouse. They're not going to tell her much.
Were you able to identify her identity without saying her name?
Yes, we were.
Yep, cutie pie, me too.
She also have a username.
Yes, she did.
And what letter did
I
it
know
start with?
B-Crumbs.
It started with the letter Z.
Okay, and for purposes of this trial, we're going to call her letter Z, correct?
Now,
Right.
I'm confused because he's still talking.
As part of your investigation,
We can go
extract-
through the messages too, but he's still talking to this. I think it's the same girl. The Z. They end up coming out and saying Sahara. But is that the same girl or two different girls? Because that confused me a little bit.
I'm just waiting here about my kids. About your kids? What? Can I just like call my wife, man? Like whatever phone. I just tell her, hey, when you get out, pick them up. I might be okay.
Asking to call his wife in the interrogation, and that woman was his wife's boss's wife. Oh, crafty Chris, no way. Oh my God. See, I want to know some of those details. I don't know a ton about it. Hey, Butterfly Kisses. I know, Cutie Pie. Michael Miller, he's horrible for it. Hey, Melissa, good to see you. He's horrible for the mental abuse. You can hear in his conversation, even with his mother. I mean, absolutely ridiculous. Here's his truck. Passenger seat, they found his vest. Look at this. They found his vest, shorts, and gloves. Underneath that, they found Griselda and Dominic's phone, which both have blood on it. Absolute monster. I've been listening to Grizzly while at work. I've been listening to her too, some. But I've also been kind of watching it like on the replay, not during the live. Trying to catch up. It's just, there's a lot to it. You know, there is so much that has come out in this trial. Oh, Carol freaking Claus. Thank you. You're very, very sweet. And I appreciate that so much. I do. Now, I've tried to tell you, when you're so generous to other people, you better be being generous to yourself too. Some people are just evil to the core, no real explanation. Who in their right mind? Trap Mafia? I don't know. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you...
Did you conclude anything?
Wait till you see what he tells her, how they talk about his wife.
Are you talking about in terms of like a paternity or?
I just saved this because it's the DNA expert who is testifying that, yes, he is Dominic's father.
What did you conclude after?
Burgos cannot be excluded as a biological parent of Dominic. Ronald Burgos's DNA profile and that of Dominic Hernandez, and Ronald Burgos cannot be excluded as a biological parent of Dominic Hernandez.
At times you can see that he's trying to clean off. It looks like he's trying to wipe his arms, trying to wipe his arms, both arms, and then he gets underneath his t-shirt, starts kind of rub his t-shirt.
Proud of you, Butterfly Kisses.
You know, I guess we'll see it here. I'm not sure if he licks his hands with saliva, but he is rubbing, trying to rub things off his arm and his chest specifically. And then he's talking to himself, you know, or he whispers, says things.
I wish we knew what he was saying to himself. So Richie says, the wife is a decorated Border Patrol officer. I saw that. I saw, you know, we talked about that a little bit. But she's issued a statement through her lawyer that she has moved her and her boys to Florida and must never be contacted concerning this case. Well, I hope people won't do it. I think they would be out of line to reach out to her. Just the same. I have my thoughts on people reaching out to these families over stuff. I really do. I think that in most cases, 99% of the time, it's way out of line. But, okay. It's different when they reach out to you. You know, that's one thing. Like McKenna Riley's cousin. You know, it's really, it can be like super, not depressing, but like it just gets you down that you see cases like that need the attention so bad. They are begging for it. And then you see cases that do get the mainstream media's attention, do get YouTube's attention, and I don't know. It's just really frustrating when you see how unfair things shake out for these families. I mean, they're desperate. I don't know. Okay.
The path up ahead is.
I saved this for a reason. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I'll let it play for.
The path up ahead.
Oh, B Crumb,
is
thank you.
The kilo unit. The
Thank
pickup
you
truck.
so much. I appreciate that.
That's the decoy.
You guys are so sweet to me. Thank you. Miss you, Rainbow.
What she doesn't know is that Ronald Anthony Burgos Aviles is lying in wait. He is hiding, waiting for her to get close enough to the truck to carry out.
So he uses the truck as like a decoy, and then he hides somewhere else and has her like walk towards the truck and ambushes her. He's such a monster. Mountain Mama says, Allie, I am a former corrections officer and I have so many opinions about this guy. I genuinely despise him. I do too, Mountain Mama. He really makes me mad. Hi, Marcus. My mom is a former corrections officer, but she worked at the Federal Bureau of Prisons in West Virginia, and she was like in an office though. But for a while and during certain times of the year, she had to be, in main population. Griselda was fighting so hard. Her parents, oh my God, her mother testified.
The time around that this is going on is about 9:45 in the morning. The next few minutes that this young woman and this innocent baby experience is the most horrific and terrifying, unimaginable thing that anybody could imagine. It's at that time that her attacker comes out of the brush and with violent and vicious.
Look, Griselda was my second cousin. It is devastating that their lives were cut short. I hope he rots in hell. Amanda Esvita says, I'm heated. One thing I want to know for sure is, did he permanently hurt the baby with the injection or did he walk again? I hate him so much. She says, no, someone else says he never walked again. He had an appointment in San Antonio to get evaluated. Autopsy revealed he had dead tissue in that area as well. Someone said, I hate that she is reduced to his lover or mistress. And then, yeah. Okay, we're going to keep going because there is a lot more that we've missed, and these are more from the beginning.
No, sir.
Do you see a crystal ball on Mr. Boggs' table?
No, sir.
Do any of your experts, psychologists, doctors, jailers?
He was taking testosterone and phentermine. Phentermine is like a weight loss pill. I've taken them before. I've been prescribed them. Like when I was younger, they had these clinics in West Virginia where you could go and pay like $150 and you get, that prescription for like 3 months or something like that. It's kind of like speed mixed with testosterone. It probably would make you a little more angry, but come on, man, it's not going to do. See, I take phentermine. A lot of people do. And it's, Fin clinics, yes. He will go into protective custody with all the other crap people should get got. Let's see.
Constant guest on the show. We know that your background involves government work.
Oh, I wanted y'all to see this. This was kind of just the first part. It's kind of interesting. They're talking about his reactions and his body language in court and how that's going to come across to the jury.
About how this particular defendant is presenting himself there at the table, his tie undone a little bit, holding his head. What do you think?
Not well at all, Matt. In fact, when we look at what he is doing, you see the smirk,
you see, first of all, the underlying facts. Contemplate
Don't
this
say that,
is
Music
your
City.
own child, regardless of anything else that's being presented. I think what some people forget is that the evidence that's presented on the stand is the only evidence that the jury is supposed to use to determine guilt or not guilty. The problem is they actually use a lot more than that. In fact, what they sometimes...
Let's see. I used to take phentermine and lipo-B injections. 6 sewer beaver. Yes, he is. This guy gives out evil vibes. Drugs can take control if you let it. Well, there was a doctor on the stand who said that he was abusing testosterone and he didn't need it. His levels were normal. Griselda's sister talks about having to tell her nephew what happened to his mother and baby brother. This is a tough part, but it was touching and important. Watch him.
Did Griselda have any other children?
My oldest nephew.
What's his name?
Jaden.
How old was Jaden at the time?
Jaden was 6. He's 12 now.
How did Jaden find out about his mother?
At the time, we didn't tell him that day. We just couldn't tell him that day. He found out days later.
Do you care that you've taken a mother from a boy who was only 6 years old? You sick freak.
My family
doesn't seem to care.
Is still torn to pieces. My dad and my mom, they couldn't come to bear the idea of telling him. So it had to be me.
How did you tell him?
I asked him to come downstairs, and I told him I needed to talk to him. And I was told that I couldn't say that Mommy went to heaven or Dominic went to heaven. I couldn't tell him that they were in some type of eternal sleep. I needed to use the word dead.
No reaction from him. Just cold as can be. God, he makes me angry, you guys.
And so I told him that his mom and Dominic were no longer with us and that they passed away.
Can't stand him, you guys. These are the child support documents that were found. Oh, I like the video, but in his office.
Ms. Jackman.
He had a key, one post office key in his wallet, which was later returned to his wife. I believe he was guarding that key, making sure when anything came.
April 9, 2018, the day of the murders, is a total aberration in the life of Ronald Burgos. Prior to that day, Ronald was a moral agent supervisor. He had a home where he lived with his wife, Amy, who is a Customs and Border Protection agent, and their 2 children, Gabriel and Damien, 4 and 3 years old at the time. On April 9, 2018.
This guy bores me to daggone death. We're going to keep going because there's a lot to look at. And I
This is not about the
everything. I'm going to go past this one too because it's a long one. I want us to get to some of these phone calls.
We're truly saddened by this horrific tragedy. Our heartfelt condolences go out to the victims, family, and friends. Customs and Border Protection taking this allegation very seriously.
On Monday morning, April 2008, Griselda Hernandez and her 20-month-old son went to a Laredo, Texas park to meet with the child's father, Ronald and Burgos. Hernandez was 27 years old, a single mother who was putting herself through nursing school. She wanted to meet with Burgos to ask him to help pay for daycare for their son, Dominic. According to court documents, Burgos was so furious that Hernandez would ask for child
Uncle Benny, if he gets life, which is highly unlikely, if other inmates find out what he did, and they will, he has a death sentence either way. Well, Jen made a good point the other night. We were on Crime Curious is doing like a Sunday night hangout thing, and I think we're going to do it again too. But she was saying he's a cop. So you go to prison and you've hurt babies, you're in trouble. You go to prison and you're a cop, you're probably in trouble too. So they told her to wait till after the trial. Oh, wait, I'm out of here. Okay, I'm going to keep going because, yeah. They found condoms in his gym locker at work.
I think that was his locker there at the gym.
Where was this locker located?
That was in the gym area.
Such a dog, you guys.
I'm sorry.
He's just that kind of man that is such a dog. I mean, oh my God. I just can't. I feel for any woman that's with someone like that. The kind of man, I used to be with somebody like that who was just like addicted to women and sex, and it doesn't matter. There's no standards, and it's just all the time, many different ones. Who cares if you're committed? And he's just that kind of man. I mean, he's married, and we know of like several other women he's been with besides Griselda. His poor wife, his poor freaking wife. And this is about his wife. So let's hear about this.
Well,
yes,
at any point in time during this investigation, did you all interview Mr.
He has been
Burgos'
so
wife?
far, Shauna.
Yes, we did.
Okay, and what day was that interview done?
On that same day on April 9th, 2018.
Okay. Was it in the afternoon or the evening?
It would have been in the evening.
Okay. Did you get to observe Miss Amy Burgos' interview?
Yes, I reviewed the interview.
I guess that's the,
Yeah.
when she was interviewed, what was her emotional state? Was she advised of the murders?
Yes.
Objection, Your Honor. This is hearsay, confrontation problems. The witness has already said, as I understand it, he did not personally do the murder.
I'm asking him if he observed the interview.
Observed it. We're not approach us to anticipate you.
Was Amy Burgos brought in?
Exactly,
Yes.
will be. How about
What was her
that?
demeanor
Oh, Riddler.
and her reaction to what happened? Yeah, without telling me what she said, I just want to know.
What was her reaction? So she was interviewed that morning. I believe she was being interviewed when he was being interviewed. When we see that interview of the cops yelling at him, I believe Mrs. Burgos was also being interviewed at that time, the way I understand it.
I would say she was in a state of shock and disbelief. She even cried during the interview.
Okay. Did you all, as part of your investigation, conduct a search of Mr. Burgos' home?
Yes, we did.
And
I know, Michael. I don't
did you all
really
take
love it either.
photographs inside his house?
Yes.
Tiff.
Yeah, approach you. Now, at any point in time during this investigation, did you all interview Mr. Burgos' wife?
Oh, okay. So let's keep going because they're going to get further kind of into this. This count, Amanda K813
Okay.
puts out clips all day long of, is that Woofy? I don't think so, but look, a Woofy. Now, you guys are going to be shocked about this. They're going to show pictures of inside inside of Roro or Raba's house, him and his wife's house. And this is just going to show he's that kind of man. The man that I was talking about, I knew that was like this, did the same thing. Holes in everything, punching holes in walls, stuff like that. Cray? I don't know, but you can definitely tell. Y'all watch this. Let me make it bigger. I don't know why it's so quiet.
It's a messy house. Around the walls, there are several damages, just from experience caused by a fist.
Oh, it's hot, you guys. Sitting here with an ice roller, like a face roller. Look at that. Punching stuff. There's many of them. And all the holes seem to be by the doors. Me too. It killed me. Cutie pie. Wait, is Mrs. M okay? Let me see. Mrs. M. Because the uniform and stuff too. I could see that. I know, Amber. That's what I thought. But you know those kind of men. You guys, it is so hot out here. Look at me. I'm sweating to death. I got this ice roller. I'm rolling myself. Law and Crime Audio is always.
It's damage to the door.
It is. You ain't lying, MK. That's why I like Grizzly, because she will make it louder. She kind of, yeah, she does a good job.
If Mr. and this has been covered, but that
She does, Jen. There's one called Sunspots that is so good.
Yes.
Wait, what was that? What was I missing at the end of that? I just want to make sure we don't miss anything important, because there was a lot of like stuff like this, like the holes in the wall. These there's just little things we can.
Mailbox keys were found on Mr. Burgos?
Yes. Just one mailbox key that we found in his wallet.
Do you know who that key belongs to?
Backgrounds.
If you know.
Yeah, it was a mailbox key that we later released to the wife. So I would say it would belong to the family.
But he was keeping it. Music City Mom, this one actually, this brand sent me off TikTok. Like, what is the name of it? Because they sent me like a Christmas present, and it was like, we have a new bundle, everything under $10. And it was this and a couple other little things. I will find the brand name and send it to you, or post it. That way you can look, because I think they're pretty affordable. It's really hot where I live in Tennessee. Whew. Yeah. I'm happy to be alone. And it is out of line. I say what you can't, Allie. Who gonna whoop me? I love you, Tiff. Okay. Can you drop Nadine's link? Yes, I definitely will. I need expensive tests. I want to look for Christmas and pass on. Hi, little Amber Lou. Okay, let's keep going. Just soak my cigarette I was about to smoke.
Now, as part of your investigation, did you obtain any videos from Mr. Burgos?
Oh, God. I think this is the one from the Snapchat.
The morning of or the night before the murders?
Yes.
Were there any videos of himself in his phone?
Yes. Well, not on the phone. On his Snapchat.
Okay, on his Snapchat.
So the next video is going to be the baby. I'm going to warn you guys. He's blurred out.
That was also downloaded.
He is blurred. You know, he's covered up with a heart. This video was taken the morning of the murders. This is what he was doing at home before he went and took the lives of Griselda and Dominic, the sick freaking monster. And warning, it is upsetting to see.
Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed, I said. Shut up. What are you crying for? You dramatic little shit.
He's horrible. And in the video that we saw the real video, like I said, it's on Grizzlies. I won't play it though, just because, but out of respect for the mom and stuff, and just we can hear what he says. We don't need to see it. But let me tell you, in this video, this beautiful little baby is sitting there. He's already sad before the dude even starts yelling at him. He's like pouting. He has his little lip out, and you can tell that he's working up tears. He's about to cry. Then when he starts yelling at him, I mean, tears just rolling down his face. Horrible. I'm sorry, Nay. I won't play it again, but he calls him, you little shit, and I don't know, remember what he says. He's just awful. I know, Corey. It pisses me off too. What the hell did he inject? I don't know. I know, Rainbow Mom, me too. Oh God, I can't. You and Amber and Jen making these documentaries. It's hard enough to make like a 10-minute pre-recorded video. Anyways, this was in his Snapchat. Why do you, number one, why are you doing this? Number two, why are you filming it? And number three, this is what you're doing before you go to the park that day. This will get back to the boys in the yard. Good, Jen. I hope it does. I hope it does, because that's what he gets. That is what the hell he gets. I don't think the mom knew either, Lindsay. I don't either. And that's so sad. But okay, I'm not going to play it again, but you guys see.
Griselda's sister Angie's husband consoles and protects.
This is when they show the photos. What I was telling you guys, how her husband was like protecting her. He's so sweet.
Her as the court is shown crime scene photos of her sister and baby Dominic brutally injured bodies.
I don't know, Cray Cray. I don't think she knew, but oh my God, her poor sister, man. And they've waited 5 years for this. If y'all tell me he had a calculator app. But the mom knew it.
Griselda's sister Angie's husband consoles and protects her as the court.
I only played it once, Nate. We're done. I'm sorry about that. She did have to know about the
Who was
law. Now, I'm actually going to skip past it. Well, no, it's public knowledge, and she said it today. We're going to watch it. But this is part of the reason they give her name. I'm not even going to play it, but she is a professor and a death penalty expert. She's like that is why she's there. Her expertise is death penalty cases. I think, I don't know, because they get, yeah, let me just continue on. And her name's Thea, and yeah. Don't know why I saved these again. Let's see. Yeah, dramatic little shit. Oh my God, halo effect. He's horrible.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my God, Lindsay, I'm so sorry.
This particular image.
For the scratches and nicks that he had on.
Okay.
Did you identify whose voice that is?
This is about the Snapchat video.
Yes.
Whose voice is that?
It's the voice of Ronald Anthony Burgos Aviles.
Who else is in the video?
It is his toddler son.
Hey, Corky, good to see you.
Well, if you know.
I'm so happy to see all you guys. Thank you for being here.
That's it, Your Honor. No further questions.
All right. That's the witness been passed. Any questions?
Defense cross Boggs. This is another example. The defense seems like so disheveled. I feel like they just don't have their. Let me take it easy on them because they're doing their job, but it's a mess. They are a damn mess. Okay, a complete mess. He said multiple times. Actually, Grizzly like shows his body language. He does like multiple times, like weird things, like I'm a lawyer. I don't know. Just hot mess express. That's for sure. It feels like that they waited till the last minute, but here we'll hear his cross exam of after the Snapchat video, so you guys can get an idea.
Correct.
That's correct.
And you recovered a lot of items during that phone dump.
Correct.
Okay. And
Mrs. Italy,
you got a search warrant in order to take control and possession of that phone, correct?
Controlled possession, search warrant.
Cutie pie. I agree.
For the dump.
She's a pretty girl. Hey, Angels.
You got a search warrant in order to search.
Yes, in order to search the phone, yes.
And I could just have. I think it's States Exhibit 559. Is it still
559, 558? Everything's in place over here.
He's been through a few attorneys. Discombobulated. Yes, they are. Music City Mom. Rainbow Mom.
Was there 559? Okay.
I do too, Nay. I love your new picture. Halo effect. We're getting ready to watch what she has to say about that. I've got it saved. So the woman with the blonde in her hair, she tries to file for a mistrial, and she talks about, some of the things that people are saying online and stuff like that. So I think you are right, Halo effect. I think Thea was hurt by the negative comments about her. She's a very accomplished woman, and she's very good at her job. Unfortunately, someone has to represent these homicidal lowlives. And you're right. That's just the truth. They're doing their job, and we need them to do it, right? So that the process remains fair and, so on and so forth. With the what? I don't know what that word is. Jen. Oh, nay. Yeah, he's always like disheveled, doesn't know where his exhibits are, doesn't kind of know what's going on, doesn't know how to work this, that.
I'm sorry, I struggle with that.
Can't hear him. He's struggling. Can't figure it out.
Okay, and on direct examination with Mr. Alanese, he directed your attention to this text message, which was to Renee Alejandro, the supervisor of Mr. Burgos Aviles, correct?
Correct.
And
okay, we're just gonna go ahead because it's all good. Men dropped the ball. That was not supposed to be in there.
Let's talk about the defense for a second, because they're arguing that a cocktail of testosterone and prescription drugs led to psychosis.
We're gonna keep going because I got more I want to show y'all.
Your Honor, it is.
Now, they did not want his jail calls to come into court, and they did, and we're going to hear them, but they fought against it majorly. There's Thea standing up.
They're not all transcribed, Your Honor. Some of them are in English. So
I know how to read English.
I know how to read English.
We did not transcribe the. Are you saying you want the transcription of the English calls?
How are you going to present them as evidence?
Oh, bingo.
They're in English.
They don't transcribe them?
No.
The jail doesn't transcribe them?
No.
And that is part of our objection, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm like being macho.
We have a translation of one that was in Spanish into English.
I don't know, Jen. You have to come up and tell me about it.
Ones that were in English, and they are admissions by Mr. Burgos, and despite what.
But this is not the guilt in this case.
Your Honor, any statements made by.
So Thea said that they were, this was like overstepping boundaries. That he has privacy, basically. Here is some of her fight on that.
He tends to.
Maybe we'll watch a second.
We're given by the state a filtered down list of calls that, in fact, out of the 100, many more calls than that. But I think before this last filtering, it was like 109 calls, 110 calls that had been given to you, and from that it went down to about how many in a second? 3 calls. And
then some email communication.
And some email communication. Okay, so that's been whittled.
Covered under the spousal privilege, under the rules of evidence. They are hearsay with, as well as his rights under the.
I'll let you guys hear her argue her point for a minute.
Are Fifth Amendment violations, truly, Your Honor. There is one recording at the beginning of the call that says it may be recorded. There is nothing that says it may be used against him in a court of law. There's no knowing or intelligent or voluntary waiver for any of these statements. And so for all of the calls, we believe they violate both his Fifth Amendment rights and the Confrontation Clause, as well as they're all hearsay. None of these statements contain any admissions of any crimes or intent to commit crimes. The 3 calls that are from April 18th.
Richie, thank you, Richie.
And March.
Thank you. So sweet.
So they are both covered under the spousal privilege, under the rules of evidence. They are hearsay within hearsay.
Oh, thank you, Richie.
The wife is making about things that other people are saying to her, or conversations she's had with other people. And so,
really, Jen? I'm going to drop it now. We got some phone calls to listen to, but still. Oh, my gosh. Exactly, Teresa. How do you expect to have privacy when you're in jail? Thank you, Richie, so much. That was so nice of you. Thank you. All right. Well, let me go ahead and go to these calls.
You're going to say, unless I actually I think there's still a relevance in 403.
Now here we go. We'll listen to this one. A new woman has entered the story while he's in jail.
And the privacy right here.
What?
And the waiver of privacy right or conditioning the Fifth Amendment on that as well.
Right. Yes. After that, you skip to spousal privilege. Fifth Amendment right to privacy was another one of her. And I guess
Privacy that are inherent in both the Texas and the federal constitutions also protect the right to maintain relationships, to free speech. These are not communications that are relevant to the state's burden to prove beyond a reasonable doubt there is a probability that he will commit future acts of violence. The circumstances and character of the client or the defendant are asked specifically with regards to special issue number 2. And in order to rebut,
Jen,
Mr.
Hello.
Hey, babe.
Fifth Amendment right in order.
So what do you think?
Well, I mean, he's obviously a pig.
Yeah.
I don't like comparing men like this to dogs because dogs are loyal. Dogs are good. Dogs are angels on this earth. I think not that pigs are bad animals or anything, but I don't know.
Don't call him a dog.
Don't call him a dog. Okay, so how you say the word is machismo, and it's like what it's a I don't know how to explain it. Like it is a thought process. It's about like what makes a man, being macho, what it means to be manly, right? And Grizzly was talking about it today, and something happened yesterday with this. Something happened, and his co-workers found out about it, and it was humiliating to him. And but she never said what it was.
Okay,
but I don't. Yeah.
It was when he got arrested. He was like, he gets in the back of the car. He wasn't arrested yet. He was just being taken in for questioning, detained. And he starts to say that he's like wiping the blood off his arms. And then he says, "Can you take my shirt? I'm embarrassed." He didn't want anybody to see him being arrested in the Border Patrol shirt. Then I think Grizzly was saying, because I heard that part. I think the next morning when he's on the phone with somebody, he talks about being embarrassed. And she's like, "That's your thought? You're still thinking it like that's what you care about
yourself."
Yeah.
He still thinks about himself. Yeah. And I have to say, his attorney has gotten a lot of people have said some really nasty things about her. You know what I mean? And the thing of it is, she's a death penalty qualified attorney.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, she's educated. Yeah,
and she's doing her job, and
she's doing her job.
At first, she was doing kind of like the Letitia thing with her lawyer, like really close to his ear, just like distracting a little bit with the behavior. And I was a little harsh on her, and now I feel bad because you're right. She's just doing her job. I mean, and I'll play it in a second. She talks about like all the YouTube channels, all that. She's like, "I've tried to save the comments. They've been putting our names out there, people's addresses. They're watching."
Yeah, she did say the YouTubers today. That part I caught. I watched today. But yeah, that's all I kind of came up to say, only because I want, I don't know that much about this case, and I have to get back to work on this video. I'm over it though.
Well, thank you for coming up. And if you have something
welcome,
else,
babe.
let me know. I always love when you're here. I can't wait for you to go live again. You've been kind of on a break too.
Well, I'll tell you guys, the truth of the matter is this week was very, it was stressful for everybody, I think, not just me. Yeah. And I think it caused people to take several steps back and sort of think about things and reevaluate things. But I want everybody to know we got some more show business to talk about.
Oh, good.
So I'll talk about that tomorrow night.
Okay. Well, I'll be there. Sure.
All right, babe.
She's link in the chat. You guys go subscribe if you haven't yet. She's brilliant, sweet, smart, entertaining. I love you.
I love you too, babe. You know I do. Thank you. You know I just adore you. I just think that you know, it's been I can't imagine how Gannon's family and loved ones are feeling. You know, this was a tough week for true crime. And it was a tough week it was an even tougher week, which is really who matters to Gannon's family. And but I think that you know, I think some reevaluating is a good thing every once in a while. I wish that it didn't happen at the expense of an 11-year-old little boy. I wish it would not have happen at the expense of anybody, any victim of a crime, frankly. But what's done is done, and it cannot be undone. And I feel like the only way to honor every victim's memory, including Gannon's, is to reevaluate, take a step back, reevaluate, and go forward, keeping in mind always that every crime that we speak about has real people attached to it. And I think for the most part, most true crime creators do that. But I think there are certain, I'm guilty of it myself. There have been times when I've said things that were not I could have been more sensitive.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah.
This has made me think about that, Jen. When it hit News Nation, I think that's when it like really affected me. Like when I first saw that they might going to be put up, I was like, oh, you know, we even talked about it, like, don't do that. That is not a good idea. Then it happened, and I was like, oh my God. When it reached News Nation, like the anxiety it gave me, like I feel so bad for Gannon's family. I even have sympathy for for the people, just for everyone, right? Because it's just a really messed up situation. And it is going to affect all of us, most likely with, you know, changes in the laws and stuff like that. And then you start to think about, when have I been insensitive? Because, I don't ever want to be the cause of anybody's pain like that. So I don't know.
You're right. I mean, even I've had to take some steps back thinking about the roasts, because let's be honest, the people that I roast, although they're accused and or guilty, have been found guilty. Most of them have been found guilty of an incredibly despicable, deplorable crime, right? Evil. They also have family members. And it made me think about that. What if they heard this?
You're right. That's a good point. But also, you know, they kind of deserve it. But yeah, that's their family doesn't really, like Chris Watt's parents do. And
right. I will not speak badly of Ronnie and Cindy Watts. I don't know them. And I don't, you know, but Chris is different. Chris is different.
Man. It's crazy. Maybe we can have like a conversation about
some of
this. I was thinking, like, if I talked about it, maybe because Real Talk isn't monetized, maybe that would be the best place to do it, because or turn off the monetization, something like that.
Yeah, because I feel like if we're going to talk about it, we should talk about it, but no ad. I mean, listen, I'm going to say this: even if your channel is not monetized, okay, YouTube can still put ads on your stuff. You just don't get the revenue from it. Okay. So don't be, when this is just, you know, don't be so people. I don't want people to be quick to think, well, if there's ads, this person must be monetized. Because when I first started my channel, YouTube put ads on a couple of my videos, and I can assure you I wasn't monetized. I received nothing. And that's not I just want people to understand that as far as the ads go, us creators that are not, like my second channel, if YouTube ever put an ad on like any of the stuff that I've done thus far, I'm not going to get the revenue from that. I didn't put the ads there. I didn't ask for the ads to be there. So, but I do think having a discussion, and maybe what we ought to do, Ali, is reach out to all of our true crime creator friends and just have a talk about this. And, you know, and because we're not only are we creators, I don't even like that word, but we're also subscribers too. Like when I'm in Allie's chat, I am a subscriber to her. I was a subscriber to Allie before I had my channel. So, I think we need to listen to each other as creators, but I also think we need to listen to our subscribers.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
hear what they say.
Yeah, I think we should do it. Get a bunch of people together and have the conversation.
Yes.
And can we do that charity now? Because all this happening,
yes.
maybe like in the next couple of days, we can do it and get it to something that would help Gannon, even if it's like not help Gannon like himself, but in the name of Gannon, like
right,
maybe for premature babies or
yeah.
something.
Remember, we were talking about like donating maybe to the hospital that Gannon was born in, donating to their NICU, or we'll figure out some type of something that will honor Gannon's memory. And yeah.
Awesome. I can't wait. Well, I'm going to start planning it when we get off the live. I got more like I'm going to play Raba's phone calls with his wife, his mother, look at some of his emails. Like, oh my God, Jen,
oh, this guy is just a dirtball. Like, I don't even know a word in English or Spanish, really. Oh, I know a couple of words in Spanish, but I don't even think the couple of the words I'm even thinking of in English or in Spanish just adequately convey, like, ugh.
I agree. It's like there are no words for how horrible he is. Wait till you hear him with his wife. He's like, what's your problem, man? If you got a problem, then just go on. Like, hey, you can't. Sometimes people like, what if a couple like is together and the man dies and the girl's left alone? That's not fair for her, but it is what it is. Like, what?
Oh my God.
Like, you have 2 babies with this woman and you married her and now look what you've drug her through. But yeah, you got a problem? Oh my God.
Yeah. Like, he's just, you're going to get all the chingazos in the yard and you deserve it. Every one of them that you get.
Yep.
Every single one of them. So, all right.
All right. I love you so much for coming
I love you so much too. I will be in the chat supporting you and cheering you on.
Thank you. And you guys please go subscribe to my friend Jen. She has an awesome channel. And I got to put your second one in there. I haven't done that yet, but if you like reality TV, she's doing reality TV reviews and it's really cool. Very cute. So,
cray chingazos. It's like a beat down. It's a little dirtier than that, but it's not a good thing.
Thank you.
All right, Zay, I'll let you get back on. You're on with it, but you're doing an excellent job, and I'm so proud of you. And I'll be in the chat. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, and I'll talk to you.
You're welcome. Okay, lady. I like it. Bye.
Bye. Oh, I love her. She's the best. Okay, hippie chick. I know, and I'm gonna play part of that. So let's go ahead and keep playing this. I want you guys to hear. This is him talking to his wife. I'm gonna mute here so the birds and all that stuff don't interfere. I want y'all to hear.
Shit now. Listen. If you're giving me fucking attitude for no reason, you just want me to. You want me to stop calling you? Is that what it is? Because I mean, it's going from 30 minutes, 20 minutes, now to 10 minutes. Before it's got to be, don't call me at this time. Call me at this time. Now call me at this time. Now you can't answer the phone this time. So what's the deal?
I'm not thinking of calling on.
I'm telling you right now. If you got some issue, just let me know. Do you have anything you want to tell me?
No, I don't want you to not call
I don't
me.
want you to not call me. Even after all this poor woman, you guys. I feel so bad for her because she still wants him and loves him. And also, did I miss a membership? Anybody who gifted, please let me know if I did, you guys, because I really don't want to miss that. And sometimes it's a little confusing when you see thank you in the chat from chatter to chatter, and I just don't want to miss any. Yes, Danielle, his face. Oh my God. Hey, Angie. Okay. Now remember, he's in prison, about to face the death penalty for having a child with another woman killing both of them so his wife didn't find out. And now he's in jail, and he's on the phone with his wife wondering what her problem is.
And you don't have to do it for 10 minutes anymore. I told you that.
No, but I'm going to, because I know how responsible you are. But that's not what. Did you ever tell me something, Amy? What's bugging?
How irresponsible I am?
What is bugging you?
Look
How irresponsible she is? Oh my God.
talking, Ronald.
He's
Irresponsible I am?
What is freaking bugging you?
Nothing.
What is bothering you?
Nothing, Ronald.
All right, you have to.
I don't know. Maybe it could be that her whole life has been turned upside down and she has 2 little babies who are going to grow up with the father in freaking prison or probably on death row, if not deceased from the state. What do you mean? Oh, he makes me so mad, you guys. I feel so bad for her. I cannot imagine how she feels. It's so unfair.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
ridiculous.
No.
I know who you check.
No, Ms. Sarkis, this was
Carol
State
freaking
Exhibit
Claus.
579.3. It was the third call with Amy.
That was so nice of you, Carol Claus. Thank you so much. You guys are too kind. Thank you. Oh, no. Thank you, Carol Claus. I appreciate you guys so much. And welcome to everybody who got one. Oh yeah, my membership giveaway. If you all the new members, I have a post that's like 2 weeks old of some stationery and planner little things I was going to give away and mail out. I'm going to choose the winner tonight. So if you want to enter, go leave a comment on that post. And yeah, she very thoughtful and sweet. Like I said, I hope that you're treating yourself too, because you are so generous and and loving and kind to other people. Very sweet. Hey, Vanessa, good to see you. Lips, Jen's been doing it on her channel, A Dose of Reality with Jen Lou. Okay. Don't forget to go to that little membership giveaway. Okay.
And the date is March 4th, 2020.
Correct.
The next one is with Mom.
Okay.
All right, I want to share a video with you.
Don't know how I got that. Sorry, you guys.
And this is why we're here today. This is who we are here for.
You guys are too sweet. Richie, Claus, all you guys. Hey, Patricia.
And this is why we're here today.
Today,
Wait, let's watch this one more time in the middle of all this disgusting mess. She is too cute.
I'm big.
I'm big.
I'm brave.
I'm big.
I'm beautiful.
I'm boo boo boo.
Yes,
Boo,
thank
boo,
you.
boo. Oh my God. How cute. Okay.
4 months ago.
Did not mean to save all these. Here we go.
This incident with a juror with COVID, and we are aware that
Now, this is quite interesting. This is from today. The defense was trying to file for a mistrial. This is when YouTube comes into play, all that stuff. And we can go back and listen to the other calls and stuff with his mom. I really want you guys to hear this, though, because this was so interesting to me. I know, you guys. She is the cutest baby. I'm boo-boo-boo.
their jurors are in the process of getting their tests, but we're now at the point in time where people have differing views on COVID, the risks. We don't know when it develops. So the defense is now going to make an oral motion for a mistrial on 2 separate grounds. The first would be the COVID issue. So we're not, we can't be sure how each juror would be affected by this news, even if they test negative. They may ultimately test positive in a few days. We don't know their family or who they are in close contact with that may be at higher risk, that could be preoccupying them and taking their minds away from their task at hand. But the more substantial ground that has arisen throughout this trial that we would like to re-urge a mistrial on is the pervasive media coverage, Your Honor, which has now begun to interfere with Mr. Burgos' ability to present a defense.
The pervasive media coverage is interfering with his ability to present a defense. Listen to this.
So that would violate his rights under the 5th, 6th, 8th, and 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution, Article 1, Sections 10 and 19 of the Texas Constitution. And so we'd also like at this point to re-urge our change of venue motion, which was filed, I believe, by the defense team. A change of venue motion, Your Honor, which I believe was filed by the defense team last fall and was denied by this court in February of this year. That was based solely
Lips,
on
that's funny you say that, because when I watch her, she reminds me of like people I know from home. Like, I don't know if it's her accent or what.
Media coverage. And
hey,
at least to
Adrian.
my knowledge, the Friday before this trial began, so that would be June 20. Thank you. June 23rd. We were made aware that this trial would be live stream broadcast in its entirety on the Court TV network and online, and that the first day of trial, Your Honor, we had an issue with the media zooming in at counsel table, reading the lips, trying to interpret conversations between defendant and his counsel on national television. We had an issue the first week of trial with a Laredo Morning Times reporter using his press credentials to post photographs of the client and the defense team on his
Oh, wow.
Instagram.
A Laredo Morning Times person posted photos of the client and his defense team on his personal Instagram. That's what happens when you do something like this and you're a Border Patrol officer. Sorry, the world's going to find out about it. I'm sorry, not towards Thea. Like, whatever, she's trying to do her job. But too bad you don't want to be seen. And we know he's so vain. That's what he cares about. On the call with his mom, he's yelling at his mom for coming to the courthouse. You don't have 4 or 5 cameras in your face, blah, blah, blah. Just disgusting. Hey, Mystic. I know, Richie. You guys are the bomb. You really are.
We now have had 4 witnesses who have been impacted by the publicity.
Listen
so
to
2
this.
of them were experts. Dr. Campbell, who testified yesterday, was under subpoena, but once he found out that the television coverage was so pervasive and his testimony would be publicized, he tried to back out of concerns for his safety and the safety of his family. And Dr. Cunningham, during his testimony yesterday, was receiving emails from members of the general public commenting on his testimony. And this is exactly the kind of concern that the Supreme Court has expressed in these types of cases. And if I may read a quote into the record for Your Honor, the Supreme Court has said, for example, they've recognized that witness testimony may be impacted if broadcast. In Hollingsworth versus Perry, that was a California case regarding the Prop 8 decision. So that was a civil case. And because of those concerns, the Supreme Court refused to allow the district court to have that case live broadcast. And I would argue, Your Honor, that in a criminal case, especially where the defendant's life is on the line, the harms can be much greater. In Estes versus Texas, it was a Texas case reversed by the Supreme Court. Again, a much less serious case. It was a swindling case. And that's 532 U.S. 532 from 1965. And the court in that case
So she chooses
to impact upon a witness of the knowledge.
She chooses cases from the 60s. We're going to move on to the next one.
Versus Maxwell, 384 U.S. 333,
1966. 2 cases from the 60s. But times are different now. We have the internet and things like that. You know, times are different.
The court reversed a murder conviction that was broadcast on live television. And they said, quote, with his life at stake,
Jen, I was thinking about that. I don't know what it is either. Let me look.
By so huge a wave of public passion. And that's at 351. And I quote from the reversal conclusion of that opinion at 363. If publicity during the proceedings threatened the fairness of trial, a new trial should be ordered. And so I mentioned that we had 4 witnesses that were affected that have told us explicitly by this, Your Honor. 2 of them were our experts. And we now have 2 lay witnesses that have been impacted by this coverage so deeply that they are now expressing a desire not to testify. One of them has obtained a lawyer to resist our subpoena, and they are under subpoena, but we have no way of knowing if these witnesses are now going to become hostile. So if Your Honor is open to this, I would like to make an ex parte proffer of what we believe the witnesses would have testified to, were they not to feel like their lives and careers and the lives of their family were threatened. This is not the true basis for the mistrial, Your Honor, but I would like to point out that this opprobrium and kind of harassment has extended to members of the defense team as well. And so for all of those reasons, Your Honor, we are renewing our motion for mistrial.
So apparently the defense team is being harassed. Oh, thank you, MK. Thank you, Carol Claus. You guys are way too sweet. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. There's a lot of green in here. You guys are way too kind. Thank you so much. Look at this I just saw on the Nightbot. Let's see what this does. It says if you put explanation winner, it will choose a winner out of the chat. Let's see who it chooses. I don't know if that will work, but I can't find the and the winner is Mrs. M. That's crazy. I can't find the membership one. It drops like every 10 or 15 minutes.
We don't believe Mr. Burgos can get a fair trial under these circumstances, and his right to defend that sentence would be deeply impacted, and nothing this court can do at this point can cure. And I realize we're deeply into trial, but again, this is due it's a direct causation from this massive media coverage. Every juror during jury selection indicated that they were aware of the media coverage in this case. They did tell Your Honor in this court that they were here anyway, but that was even before the kind of vast amount of coverage. We have a flash drive downloading the maximum amount of comments we could download from YouTube. That's 5,000, and there are many, many more, Your Honor. There are videos analyzing true crime people trying to find the addresses of witnesses, of members of the defense team, their personal cell phone numbers.
Where are people on YouTube trying to find out the defense witnesses and defense teams' addresses and phone numbers? I have not seen anything like that. Have you guys seen anything like that? Because that feels like she's being a little exaggerative to me.
And finally, I would just like to point out that these concerns have affected witnesses who didn't even testify. So Ms. Burgos' phone number was put on live television.
Her phone, now the wife's phone number was blasted. She had to change her number. That's true.
It was replayed on the recordings of the jail calls. She has had to change her number. And I think that these concerns are well known by everyone.
And two witnesses that are supposed to testify have tried to stop. One of them has gotten a lawyer to fight the subpoena. We're going to keep going because that is so quiet. It's quite hard to hear.
But in any event, that's the whole purpose of hiding those things and trying to, kind of work them into the courtroom that way. And I don't want them. That's why I want them in the back and not the front. And kind of court. But I can only tell you what happened in the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals.
Sure.
And that is what happened in that case.
Well, yes, Your Honor. But I think, the more important point that I wanted to respond with is, I believe I indicated in my introductory motion that we had 4 witnesses who were affected. I said the other 2 are lay witnesses, and they are mitigation witnesses, and I would be willing to make an ex parte proffer to the court about these witnesses, but they
haven't testified.
They have not testified, and one of them has obtained a lawyer to resist the subpoena out of fear for their life and their family's life and their career. The other one has expressed the same fear, and we have a 3rd mitigation witness who has expressed similar fears. At this time, has not indicated that they will resist the subpoena, but we are not.
Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention another thing. You mentioned mask wearing. Nobody had requested if they would.
So, the witness that worked at the jail who showed all the phone calls and stuff, she had a mask on to hide her face. Probably should have brought this stuff up before he was convicted. She really just wanted a mistrial, and the jury 9% of her BS.
Able to wear a mask for COVID or for any other purpose other than with the state, and I had absolutely no problem doing that. So you said that you had asked, and I had denied that, but quite frankly, that's not true. If that was
what do you guys think about this judge? Just curious on your thoughts. And compared to the last trial we watched, Letitia Stout, that judge was incredible. What do you think about this judge?
I want the record to reflect, in fact, there was no request made, and anytime there was a request made with regard to that, I've allowed it. Go ahead.
Agree, Your Honor. I have not requested to wear a mask to hide my identity. I kind of wish I had, but that ship has sailed. But again,
no career at the end of the day, either way.
The real issue here is not the physical presence of the cameras in the courtroom. It's not whether the professional witnesses are receiving communications from the public during their testimony, which is what was happening yesterday.
Which by the way, they're not able to see.
Oh, no, Your Honor, they were emailing
Exactly,
Dr. Cunningham during his testimony that was being
He's not
broadcast.
able to see the emails.
No, he doesn't, Cray.
He's not able to read his emails while he's testifying.
Oh, no, but he immediately contacted the defense team and expressed they were contacting him in the middle of his testimony.
Right, when he was done
testifying. But respectfully, Your Honor, he's not done. That he's still subject to cross-examination.
So his testimony. Talked about Dr. Campbell, not Dr. Cunningham.
I am talking about Dr. Cunningham, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Both of them. Dr. Campbell expressed reservations. He was compelled to testify.
Not mix up the record.
Sure.
When you look at the witness that contacted you.
Holy cow, you guys.
That he was being emailed during his testimony.
Yeah. We're going to see what else I saved.
Well, Your Honor, I think the defense is now in a possible position because they have not testified. We are either forced to compel them to testify with no knowledge of how forthcoming they will now be willing to be, or, Your Honor, I think the only possibility is a mistrial. If we are denied that.
You say my other remedy is to ask the court not to put their image on the camera.
Well, Your Honor, I believe based on the statements these witnesses have made that they would not feel that would cure the threat to them.
Okay.
That he's received any communication.
But with regard to the other
motion for mistrial denied. However, the lay witnesses will not be strained. Okay, I'm going to switch over to here for just a second because I want to grab these phone calls, the other ones. Let's see. He went by Anthony Burgos to Griselda. Okay, let's see if these will play them for her.
You know, then I can't bring statement. I'm trying to figure out my mental situation, and then maybe you can go back to things that I don't know. And then because I'm just feeling mad at you. Ronald, I'm mad at you.
So she's talking about how her mental health has not been good, and I think her son has been out of daycare, but she wants him to go back. She says she paid $5,000 for daycare. Guess who didn't help?
You know,
No, hippie.
can't talk to you. Whatever,
Yeah, because you have no idea. You know the bad things I'm thinking about. You know what I'm thinking about. And I can't even talk to you. And it's making me mad because I'm going through this all on myself.
This is his wife. Watch his face. Now, this is interesting to me. His face during this call. This is the first time, besides when he cried, that I feel regretting it, emotional, being touched at all. Watch his face. But I just can't get over the way he's acting like, what's your problem, man? What did I do? Like,
I always feel like it, and I feel like I never did any good. That's what I feel like.
Hey, Wolfie.
Yeah, like always. And then also
I agree.
sometimes you follow through everything you're here. Just like everybody else.
It frustrates me because when I was in the room and they were doing the questioning, I could hear them reading out messages of eggplant emojis that you were saying it was in March of 2000.
She says when she was being interviewed, she could hear the police reading out text messages of him sending other women eggplant emojis in March of 2018. The wife was in denial at this point, I believe. By now, after all this evidence, she probably didn't know about all the evidence they had, including Griselda and Dominic's own in his truck, blood on his truck, the scratch, the text messages, the GPS, the footage of him going home to change, him taking Griselda's phone, going to his house and then back to the park before she's found, him finding her, like all the sketchy behavior when he found her, kicking the rocks, wiping the blood off his arms in the car and fighting in the room with those guys, mentioning another woman that claimed she had a baby with him. His wife has probably found all this out with us. And that really breaks my heart. That is sad because, yeah, it's freaking sad. She didn't deserve that. And, his kids, they don't deserve it either.
You betrayed me. You betrayed me. You betrayed me.
You betrayed me. Yes, he did. Hippie chick. Me too, B Crowns.
I love how you did it. Okay.
You know, like I told you, don't put me everything you did.
Yeah, it was just read in the court of law.
She's talking about, hold on. What exactly does she say? She's talking about, basically, this is all going to be gone over in the courtroom. Hey, Queen Olive. I hope hubby's okay.
Yeah, it was just read in the court of law.
What do you guys think about his face right here? It's different, huh, than what we've seen before?
kind of,
Yeah,
like I said,
cray
you know,
cray, I know.
you know, just tell you everything like that's how it is, but can't go here.
I find his body language so interesting during this. Now, I hope that we can get the next call, which he's yelling at her about not answering her phone and stuff. I can't imagine what he was like to deal with as a husband or partner. It's hard to make up.
April 18, 2018.
So this is right after, like not quite 2 weeks.
Hello, you have a free call. This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. Thank you.
This call will be recorded.
You may begin speaking.
What else you gotta tell me?
Hello?
What else did they tell you at work, or what else did you say they were joking with you? That's not, if you're joking with you, why is he joking with you?
I cannot understand it. I cannot understand that one. I'm not going to waste your guys' time. Maybe we can find one that's a little bit better. This is from Court TV.
Right, anything else you want to say?
No.
Are you and then all of a sudden,
Do you have anything you want to say?
right, anything else you want to say?
No.
Are you and then all of a sudden you just want to blow one over. So just let it out right now.
No, I don't.
What?
No.
So what, so you're gonna do it later?
No, I'm not going to.
Nope.
That's my
Hi,
problem.
Michael. Thanks for being here.
No, I am this. This is all my feelings are my problem.
No, that's not what I
That's
said.
fine.
I said you're gonna distrust of other people.
No, I'm not going.
Do y'all hear him? Please tell me that you heard that. I'm going to mute and play it again. She says she doesn't trust anyone because he's talking about her. She can go find somebody or whatever. He says that's your problem. He's so disgusting, you guys. I can't. No wonder he didn't want them played in court because he looks like a freaking pig, not a dog, Jen, a pig.
So just let it out right now.
No, I don't.
What?
No.
So what, so you're gonna do it later?
No, I'm not going to. That's my problem.
No, that's not right.
No, I am this. This is all my feelings are my problem.
No, that's not what I
That's
said.
fine.
I said you're gonna distrust of other people. It's your problem.
Okay, and I'll deal with my problems then. Just like I deal with all the other problems.
Huh? So yeah, tell me what's up?
Nothing's up. I said I'll deal with it.
Huh?
I told you I'll deal with my problem. Just like I deal with all my other problems.
Can you please not be like that? You know I don't have a lot of time.
Randy Ray.
You're like on the phone, you already know that, and you want to act like that.
Yeah, she wants to act like that. This is literally less than 2 weeks. Oh my God, I just cannot. Wait, is this the one that was on the 18th? Actually, I'm not sure about that, so let me take that back. Randy Ray said, I heard that. Even pigs are better creatures. He sounds like a monster, and I hope he gets treated accordingly. I do too. And Corky won $600 at bingo. Yay, Corky. That's freaking awesome. Mrs. M. The only reason the lawyer talked about doing it live was because she wants an appeal. She even knows he's a crazy freak. That's what you sound like when you think with you're right, Patricia. You are exactly right.
Huh? Oh.
I think this is the call where she basically tells him, you're part of me. I love you. I don't like, I'm sure that at this time she probably didn't even believe this. Remember, his mom was saying that he was set up because he became a border patrol supervisor before other people, you know, at such a young age.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
How many other phones?
Hello?
Yeah,
So you wanna talk to me or no?
yeah, I'll talk to you.
Hey, you know what?
What?
You complained before that I was calling you late. I try to call you at a certain time that I've been calling you for a while. You don't answer the phone. Fucking attitude for no reason. You just want me to, you want me to stop calling you? Is that what it is? Because I mean, it's going from 30 minutes, 20 minutes, now to 10 minutes. Before it's supposed to be, don't call me at this time, call me at this time, now I'm calling you at this time, now you can't answer the phone at this time. So what's the deal?
I'm not thinking enough to call me on.
I'm telling you right now, if you got some issue, just let me know.
If you got some issues, just let me know. What the hell, bro? Do you think she has some issues? She has 2 little boys to take care of for forever by herself, because you're going to be in jail because, like Patricia said, you're not thinking with the head above your shoulders. Okay?
You have anything you want to tell me?
No, I don't want you to not call me. And you don't have to do it for tonight anymore. I told you that.
Hold on, because I want to hear this last part. But Queen Olive says, my son was a supervisor training with him in 2017 for 2 weeks and couldn't stand him. Has he been watching or following kind of any of this? And if so, what does he think? Is he surprised?
But I'm going to, because I know how responsible you are. But that's not what. Did you ever tell me something, Amy? What's bugging?
How irresponsible I am?
What is bugging you?
Look who's talking, Ronald. Irresponsible I am?
What is freaking bugging you?
Nothing. Nothing, Ronald.
Alright, you have your chance. Alright.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
I really wanted you guys to hear.
Hello?
Okay, I think this is the one that I wanted you to hear.
Fine, what are you doing? Zero? What? Oh man, why are you speaking so early? I want to answer something.
It's not early. It's 9:42.
You know, I've been calling you since 8 o'clock. Since like 8, yes, 8 o'clock, right?
No, I saw a missed call at 9:13 and I was in the shower.
Oh yeah, okay, fine. But my time here is 8 o'clock.
Okay, so it's my time 9 something. I went to the shower and I laid home the boys and fell asleep. School had a technology medicine, not put sleep.
So you like laying on top then?
No. We're both supposed to go on a walk today. Because I have a race coming up in Tuesday. How's it going?
I'm just here.
I'm
just here.
Tiff.
Nothing happened?
No, I'm just reading.
Walking straight.
You want to wear with me today?
Oh, why?
Just remember he said run.
What?
Remember he said run.
When?
When you asked me to ask him what his love to, remember he's like, oh, and he's working with like a college or like a clinic or something?
I don't know. Well, I was open so.
I know. Did he ever come visit?
Let's see.
Huh?
I want.
What are you worried about? It's nothing bad, Amy. Shit.
Not saying anything, no.
Can you wake him up real quick?
No, I'm not gonna wake him up.
Huh?
No, I'm not gonna wake him up.
Dang, that's really
He wanted her to wake up one of the boys so he could talk to him. She says no. Music City says, my brother was in jail and he would get pissed if people wouldn't answer the phone. And he's out now and drunk every night being a straight up ass. Music City mom, oh, let me tell you, I've been through it with my brother too. He's like right now living in like a halfway house, but yeah, I know so much what that's like.
Because, you know, I don't get to talk to him all the time, and I don't get to see him, and I don't know, I think that's like messed up.
You call me every day and you don't talk to him all the time.
Yeah, I know, and you gotta talk to you.
That's your own choice.
So an interesting point, she says you call me every day. When they are trying to bring these calls into the courtroom, they're talking about the telephone system at the jail has switched over, and now they use a new system. Well, he had, I think, 50 calls with his wife on the old system. They mentioned every other person how many calls with the new system except her. So I don't know if they're talking at all right now.
That's your own choice.
Hey, what's the matter with you? Why are you mad?
Why are you mad? What do you mean, dude?
Why are you calling boss now, Ronald?
I'm not bothering you around, man. I was asking nicely, man. Damn, you know what? Never mind, man. You should have never said that, honestly.
Why?
Oh, that's messed up, man. That's really messed up. You know, that's really fucked up, man. You're saying it like, oh, yeah, well, it's your own choice, whatever, you know, yeah.
Even in prison, he has a side chick. And let me see. I want to read you guys this email before we go. This is what I'm wondering. He says in this email, and the prosecution wanted to bring it in to prove, he doesn't care where he goes because he straight up said in this email, no matter what happens, I'm still going to be able to talk to you. As long as he can talk to women, like you said, in jail and still have a side chick, he's okay. Let me see if I can pull up like a transcription of the email or a copy of it because I don't. Maybe it would be on here. Email. So he has messages. Here it is. Listen to this, you guys. He can text all day long. He has a tablet in his cell from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. he has access to, and he can text all that he wants. I know, Melissa. Yep, 5 minutes before. His wife hasn't visited him in 4 years. All right, well, let's listen to this.
3227. And the inmate number for Mr. Ronald Anthony Burgos Aviles is?
His inmate number is 3804.
3804.
And who is his email portraying to be?
To Sahara Cambron.
Sorry, Patricia.
And it is, what day was it sent?
To Sahara Cambron or whatever.
February 12, 2023 at 8:49 a.m.
2023.
So status as?
Recipient read.
Okay. Will you go ahead and proceed and reading this? And if it's in Spanish, we'll just have to take a pause after.
Yes, ma'am. Hi, pues de volada, ¿qué pienso yo?
Hi, well, super quick. What do I think?
Te dije que no tocaras ese tema con mi mai.
I told you not to touch on that matter with my mai.
They're talking about his wife. He says my mai means mom. No. It's about his wife. And listen.
Conozco muy bien.
I know her very well.
No digas nada, ¿ok?
That's crazy. I've done like a couple hours in.
Cuando Alma le dio chance, estuvo ahí meses.
When Alma gave her a chance, she was there for months.
Pa' sacarla tuvo cabrón.
It was hard as fuck to get her out.
I think that's why she doesn't invite her no more.
So he.
Luego empezó a venir aquí todos los días y pues como la primera semana le dieron chance.
Then she started to come here every day, and for like the first week, they gave her a chance.
Ya cuando se dieron cuenta que lo agarró de carrito, le dijeron que solo era 2 veces por semana y no más.
when they found out that she used it as a little card, they told her that it was only 2 times per week and that was it.
So my opinion is stay away from that because she doesn't have like that sense of I'm bothering people. People have their lives and I need to go. She just stays in there. As you can see,
I don't know if his new girl talks to his wife or what. It's quite confusing.
and truth. I don't need to talk bad about her for no reason. To be honest, it annoys me a little because back in the day,
Me too, Tiff.
mom used to defend her all the time and yell at me. I was like, se fue con otro, ¿qué quieres que haga? ¿Que la mame?
She left me for another man. What do you want me to do? To beg?
She didn't take care of me how a woman should, period. I know what's up. I don't need to be making stuff up. I told you straightforward. Yes, she is nice.
She didn't take care of me the way a woman should. Yeah, I know what's up. Yeah, I'm the big dog, man. I get all the girls. You're disgusting. Yeah, I hope your little thing falls off, all the way off. I hope it just dries up and crumbles off. Disgusting freak. Here I am, professional. I am not a professional. I'm just a redneck mom that likes true crime and likes to hang out with you guys and talk about it. I don't claim to be any kind of, any of that stuff. So, yeah. Let me just say that. Okay.
I told you that I think she is the best mother ever. Yes, that's true. She is an amazing mom. If I was to be born again and God gives me a choice of picking a mom, I would pick her. She never.
If I was to be born again and have, let me rewind this because this one blows my mind. She didn't please me the way a woman should. I know what's up. But if I could be born again and choose her as my mom, I totally would. Dude.
Back in the day, my mom used to defend her all the time and yell at me.
Guys.
I was like, se fue con otro, ¿qué quieres que haga? ¿Que la mame?
She left me for another man. What do you want me to do? To beg?
She didn't take care of me how a woman should, period. I know what's up. I don't need to be making stuff up. I told you straightforward. Yes, she is nice. I told you that I think she is the best mother ever. Yes, that's true. She is an amazing mom. If I was to be born again and God gives me a choice of picking a mom, I would pick her. She never drank, never partied, never left her kids with her mom to go out. She always goes to all school events and practice, and she breastfed both of my sons until they were like 4 years old. That's crazy. But as a woman, she fucking sucks. She left me alone many, many times. She left me many times. She chose someone else over me when that person never gave me a card. I got her a house, SUV, clothes, food, and didn't have to work. I took care of her like many dudes can't.
You were her husband. She had your children. That is kind of like how it goes, bro. Oh, he makes me.
So fuck that. To me, she is a traitor. Period.
You're a traitor.
Matter of fact, ayer, after I called my grandma,
Yesterday.
I called HB to talk to Gabriel. No money, whatever. So if I went in a rant, honestly, it bothers me. Because many months ago, when I told my mom about what's going on and that HB wanted a divorce, my mom, like always defending her, said, ay, entiéndela, no es fácil.
Hey, try to understand her. It's not easy.
Pobrecita, está sola.
Poor girl, she's alone.
Y yo no, y yo estoy aquí en la playa.
And not me. I'm here at the beach.
Ahora está solita.
This is just weird. Now he's talking about.
Right now, she's by herself.
Pero cuando la tenía hecha le valió.
But when she had it made, she didn't care.
Now she has to suffer like all the other single moms. Anyways, look, it's cool that you are talking, pero como que ya estuvo.
But like, that's enough.
No es para que ella te cuente su versión ni opinión de las cosas.
It's not for her to tell you her version or opinion of things.
Because she's not going to tell you straight up. I tell you the facts. What she did and what she didn't do. Hopefully today you move on from being there chismeando con ella.
Gossiping with her.
Don't you have work tomorrow? You should rest. And hopefully you're smart and keep her over there.
My computer's gonna die. But we're not done yet. We're gonna finish this. I have to show you guys something. I'm gonna go in just a second. I love you guys so much. If my computer dies, I will have to come through my phone. I have to run and grab it. But look at these short bee crumbs. This is what you reminded me of. They are funny. And yeah, then I'm gonna let you guys
I
go.
love those booty
Thank
shorts that say
you guys for being here. I love and appreciate you guys so much. I really do.
things on the back, but it's always like a little like misogynistic or sexualizing. You know, it's always like juicy or like big hoe or like property of Daryl or whatever. Which gave me the idea, what if we use the technology of booty shorts with words on the back of them to spread knowledge? So I started this company where I make booty shorts with just like sad facts on the butt because I know people are going to read it. You can put anything on a butt, people will read it. Put facts on it like Harvey Weinstein's been thanked at the Oscars as many times as God. There are currently 2,000 active serial killers in the U.S. This one, that's soon there'll be more plastic in the sea than fish. So now when anyone checks you out, they'll know about the climate crisis. You'll be making a difference with your butt. Here's one: 96% of murders committed by men. We gotta break that glass ceiling, ladies. And then I also just have like fun ones like OSHA compliant, the only ethical consumption under capitalism. And finally, is this where you want to be looking when Jesus returns?
Anyways, this is where you want to be. That is so funny. We have to, maybe we can make some cool shorts, but anyways, I've got to go before my computer dies. We do have more to look at and talk about with this. We're going to have at least one more conversation on this case to wrap it all up. I appreciate you guys being here to talk about it with me. It has been really interesting. Like, it really has. I'm so surprised more people are not kind of watching and following along. I want those shorts too. Anyways, you guys, thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. Hey, Alibi, by the way. I love you guys so much, and I hope you have a good night. And I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to try not to take any more days away for a bit because I've been gone quite a lot lately, and I miss you guys. You always turn around my mood. Yeah. We're all going to valley on our cheeks. All right. Thank you to my mods. Thank you to the chat. I love and appreciate you guys. Let me try to drop some of my friends' links that were in here before we go. Bendy, Amber, Crime Curious, Punksy, Nay, which I need your channel link. But anyways, love and appreciate you guys. Hope you have a good night, and I will see you soon. Thank you for being here. Let's put Punksy in. Once I end it, the Nightbot doesn't work, even if the chat's still open. All right. I will see you guys soon. And make sure you're subscribed to Real Talk with Alex so we can have that conversation. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye. Thank you guys for everything, by the way. Thank you for all the gifts and all the things. That was really sweet. I appreciate you guys. Bye.